Hi, it's Pastor Paul Anderson from the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. Can you believe it? It is December 31st. It is the last morning of the last day of the year. It is the last day of the year. And for that in mind, we need to know that it is definitely Triumphal Thursday. That means we have made it this far. And just in a matter of hours, whatever time you're watching this, hopefully you'll be ready to cross over into the new year. And I'm just so glad about it, how God has been good to us. I don't know about you, but come at the end of a year, I try to do a year review to find out what have I done for the master? What have I done for the kingdom? How has my life benefited somebody else? How have I made an impact in the world in which I live? What could I have done differently to be a better son? What could I have done differently to be a better brother, to be a better sibling, to be a better husband, to be a better father, to be a better friend, to be a better community person? You know, I ask myself that question when it comes to the end of the year. And, you know, oftentimes when we get to the end of the year, we start thinking about all those kind of things, but we also think about what's going to happen in the year ahead. Today, I want to ask you to pause, take a few moments, and let's look at a man in time, a man who asked God for one thing. And not only God gave him one thing, but he gave him the blessings of other things that will come because of the one thing that he asked God for. Look with me today in 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter, verses 5 through 14. You know what the story is, I hope. If not, let me share the story with you. This is the story that all of us will understand. It's a story. There's a man named David. Well, David had a son named Solomon. And Solomon was one that he asked God for one thing. He said, God, I don't want all those wealths of riches and all of the other things. I just want one thing from you. God, give me wisdom. And with the wisdom, let me have understanding. It is amazing that he asked for this one thing. The thing that he asked for was wisdom. Wisdom means to have knowledge, but know when to apply the knowledge. He asked God for wisdom. God gives him wisdom. The wisdom is so outstanding that he became known as the wisest man to have ever lived. He writes so many things to us in that book of that Old Testament passage that we get in the wisdom literature. We attribute much of that to Solomon and for what he did. And God used him in such a powerful way. He gave him wisdom. And in his wisdom, God gave him more than he ever would have imagined. He became the richest man and almost the wisest man in the land. Isn't it amazing how you and I have to ask God for wisdom and God will give it to us? In the New Testament, in the book of James, it talks about if anyone lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, that God will freely give to all who ask. But we can't be double-minded in what we ask for. In this passage, we find out there's a man who was not double-minded. His mind was singly focused on getting the wisdom from God that he needed to not only make himself a better man, to make himself a better king, but to be a blessing to the people all around him. Wouldn't it be awesome if you and I would have those who are elected officials who would ask God for wisdom so they can make the land around them a better place and not be more concerned about themselves? Wouldn't it be wonderful if individuals were not just concerned about themselves, but concerned about how they can become better with all the people that are around them? On this New Year's Eve, I hope you and I will take a few moments to say, God, give me the wisdom that I need, that next year will be my better year. May God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. I look forward to seeing you this evening in our New Year's Eve worship service. We're going to start at 11 o'clock. We're going to have multiple messages, great music. We want you to be a part of that and cross over with us into the new year. I'll be praying us into the new year. I'll be preaching us into the new year and praying us into the new year. So come on and be a part of what God is doing with us here at the Fountain. And we'll look forward to you being a part of our virtual service that will start at 11 o'clock p.m. and we will finish up just a few minutes after midnight. God bless you. Heaven smile upon you. And Happy New Year a little bit in advance. But join us on tonight.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.